tonight is New York City's most famous tour guide, having starred in the critically acclaimed documentary about his life, The Cruise. He's also just finished writing a guidebook for New York City. He gives a very unusual tour, but he's an interesting guy to listen to. Please welcome Timothy Speed Levitch. Okay, it's very good to have you here. Thanks for coming back. We got a lot of response to your last appearance.
Well, I'm deeply honored to be here, and I'm here tonight mostly to promote joy, Conan.
Very good. Very good. Promoting joy. That's a nice thing. I can't do this. No. I'm just kidding. Now, let's talk about this. Don't leave her alone. Okay. She's not insured. For a lot of people, especially this time of year, they come here to the city, and their tour, a lot of people don't take the tour buses. A lot of people rely on a taxi cab ride.
Yeah.
Do you think the taxis are an important part of the city?
They're instant chariots, you know? And the taxi cabs are yellow because Van Gogh used yellow to represent love and moments of passion on his canvases. And when you feel a taxi cab drive by, you can feel the love. You can feel the stirring passion, don't you know? And you know, the taxi cabs are yellow because they are screaming every time they honk. The honking is actually mating calls. You notice that they'll often honk when there's no traffic reason in sight. It's just instant need.
So you like all aspects of the city. You enjoy the city. You love this city. You love New York.
I think that the city is a great teacher, and it's teaching us gigantic life lessons, dropping them mostly on a population of slow learners.
Right.
The taxi cabs and the pigeons are both teaching us the same thing. Really.
What is the pigeon teaching us?
They're teaching us that everything can be adored. You know, the pigeon is what the New Yorker becomes in the next incarnation. You notice how they can so dexterously evade a charging automobile coming right at 40 miles per hour.
Right.
Re-land on the sidewalk to create a drunken, infinite waddle with no destination in sight. Note how the pigeon chases crumbs all day. Every time a New Yorker has a moment of self-consciousness, somewhere a pigeon is born.
Very good. Okay. I'm going to stick with you. I believe in you.
You know, Conan, I believe in you, too.
Don't say that. You have an interesting take, I understand, on the Chrysler Building. You think the Chrysler Building, you see it differently than most people, is that right?
Oh, I think so. But that's because I'm sensitive, of course, to the theme of castration. The castration has so much made me who I am today.
This I believe, yeah. Tell us, what do you mean, castration in the Chrysler Building? Leave her alone. I mean, seriously.
Real pretty, Conan. Really pretty.
Yeah, that's nice. What's that like for you to have him leaning at you going, you're real pretty?
I feel great. I'm like falling in love. I believe in it.
The Chrysler Building, why?
The Chrysler Building was built to be the tallest building in the world. That was its #1 purpose. That's what Mr. Chrysler wanted.
Right.
He was a pharaoh, and that was the pyramid. And it was the tallest building in the world when it was completed for 11 months until the Empire State Building was constructed. And so for 80 years, that building has stood as a cathedral dedicated to castration. It was an enormous moment of castration when the Empire State Building took the title away from the #1 purpose that the Chrysler Building had so tormented itself over.
So you're saying the Chrysler Building was emasculated. It's a symbol of emasculation.
I've often wept there.
You're having a big year.
Yeah.
You know, you had this movie come out.
I'm so proud of The Cruise. The Cruise has affected lives, and I'm so proud of it.
It's a popular movie. This movie did what critically acclaimed movie, and
it's a living being. It honors every person who sees it with its own conversation.
It's just a movie. You know, 9:50. It's over in 2 hours. You also have a book coming out. Is any of this affecting your love life? I mean, I would think, you know, you're starting to become kind of a star, a well-known personality. That can help with the ladies, if you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're talking about. You know, Conan, I'm a tantric stud. That's how I would term it, which is to say I have cultivated the ability to make love to women from across the room. They can't see this at home, but our audience is filing out right now. Conan, we're scoring all day long. Isn't it obvious?
What are you talking about? How do you make love to a woman from across the room? Teach me, oh master.
Well, you know, you're like awakening your inner ability to have orgasms anywhere at any time. And this way you render sexual rejection obsolete.
Which ties into your book very nicely. There's a nice theme tonight. What you're saying is that you don't even approach women. You stand across the room.
And that's how he gets what he needs.
Yeah.
I just score. That's all I do. All day long.
But they don't know it. You never touch them. But you're scoring in your mind is what you're saying.
Yes. I mean, I am an Olympian at my own Olympics, and I get the gold medal all day long. That's what I'm trying to say.
You're an Olympian at your own Olympics, and you always win.
Yes. Precisely. And you know, none of this would have occurred to me if I had been getting consistently. But you see, I wasn't. I was at the wheel of my sex drive, ready to drive off cliffs, and I had to find a deeper answer.
Okay, which is very nice.
Suffering is the greatest tour guide, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. What a nice message for the holiday. Well, Timothy Speed Levitch, it's always nice when you come by.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to be here, Conan, and happy Hanukkah, by the way. We're launching a big holiday tonight, and I think we've done a damn good job.
What have we done to launch Hanukkah? What are you talking about?
You've contributed, Conan, whether you like it or not.
I'm happy to contribute. I just wasn't aware. Oh, in a tantric weird way. Okay. Timothy Speed Levitch, everybody. Give him a hand, because if you don't, who will? Thank you very much. I do want to thank all my guests. Timothy Speed Levitch, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to thank Laura Keitlinger for being here. Laura, thank you. Very funny. And our thanks to Tim Robbins for stopping by. What a cool guy. Of course, we have Max Weinberg and the Max Weinberg 7. Stay tuned for Friday night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend.